Hey guys, welcome back to Dad Life Fishing Adventures. If you haven't yet, pound that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. If not, welcome back. And we're excited today to talk about something that we are extremely passionate about. If you haven't yet noticed, there's something on my head. This is what we use to film every adventure that we're on with Reese Life, Dad Life, and Dad Life Fishing Adventures. And this is the Action Hat. Action Hat is a wonderful product and a wonderful videography platform. And I want to talk to you today about why that is. Why should you go with Action Hat? And let me tell you why. And we'll also go through, this is going to be an honest opinion. I've used it all year. And there are pluses and negatives to it. But we believe that this is the #1 way to film the first person view in a fishing YouTube platform. So if you want to get out there, follow along with this video, and we're going to talk to you why and how we got to this point with decision making, and let's go from there. So the first thing we did when we started like everybody else. We started with the typical chesty mount. So chesty mount like this is the nicest one they got. This is the GoPro version. Nice padded back, straps that are adjustable, the whole 9 yards. And this works great as a platform. But the problems with this were that when you catch a big fish, and say you didn't make the cast directly in front of you, if you're waiting or in a kayak, or in a boat, and you fished off to the side, this camera's still facing where your chest is facing. You might look over there, and you might fight the fish in, but you miss the entire battle with this camera facing the wrong way, unless if you know, oh man, I gotta turn, which is kind of awkward. You'll be surprised how many times you are fishing and you don't actually move your chest to face the fish. Just not necessarily all that normal. The other thing is that when you're fighting a fish, it's normal for your hand to be in front of your chest, meaning that you're blocking a bunch of the view shed, if not all of it. There was a specific situation that just made me know that I needed to do something to stop this craziness of having bad footage. Was I caught my biggest fish last year. It was in a creek. It was a beautiful smallie, crushed topwater. You know what? The whole footage was me and my fist and my reel in the hand. Just wasn't good footage. Where was the fish? Where was the jumping, the thrashing, the splashing? Didn't see any of that. And that's when I said, I've got to do something above. I got to use my hat. And so I had tried some things. As a matter of fact, one of the things I tried right away was a hat strap. Okay, so the hat strap, like this one, you stick it on top of any hat, hook it on. But the problem is that this thing gets crooked a lot and slips around. So as you're filming, your hat, the stuff will be tilted, and a tilted film is just no good. You don't want to watch a video and feel like you got a crick in your neck the whole time you're watching it. So that led to a couple different things. These bill clips, got this one, which is a GoPro product, came with a multi-pack, and this, which is a bill clip as well, also came in a pack. And we're excited to try those, but they weighted your hat down so much that it started to pull it down and fall down on your face. So the weight itself was very important to have it up here. And here's the fishing joke of the day. How can you tell a puffer fish has had too much salt for dinner? It looks a little bloated. Back to the information. So the Action Hat itself is made up by this insert, and they actually have this in 2 different ways. So they have an insert that you can put into your own hat and drill your own holes, cut your own holes. They have great diagrams to do that, and that's kind of the cheaper way of doing it. But you can make your own Action Hat, or you can buy it, and these are $40 on their website, and you can also get them on Amazon. The great thing about this is there's two mounting platforms, one on the front, which is what we use, and there's also a mounting platform on the top. So you can actually have two things up there or just move your camera to both locations. Some people put a light, so if you're night fishing, the light is also focused right where your camera is focused. And this platform has got metal on the inside and nice cushioned part in here. And this platform in here actually floats the hat with a GoPro on it. So if it falls off, if you stumble in a creek, or if you're driving a boat and it flies off, or you look down and it falls off your head, it will float the whole product and keep your prized possession, your GoPro, $100 of investment, safe and easy to retrieve. So that is great. It also makes it very comfortable with that weight, helps to balance it on the top of your head. The adjustable strap on the back keeps it tight, makes it easy to move. So that is the biggest thing. So we believe that because your face and your head tracks the action. So if you fish to the side, you're going to look when you set the hook. You're going to be right on the action the whole time, tracking that fish in. And you're going to see the best footage possible, which makes it really great stuff. You can't really block anything other than the fishing pole in your line, which is great. You want to see that bend of the pole, but you don't want to see your hands in that action. So it gets all that unnecessary jarble that would be in front of your chest if you were taking a video that way, and gets it out of the way. We think that's great. So tracking is huge. In a kayak, if you had chest, you would only see in front of you. So being able to look left and right and pan around when you're catching fish, you see that action, especially that side of the boat when you grab the fish and pull it in. You see all of that because you're looking with your eyes and the camera is focused where you're looking. So that makes it great. The one drawback with having it on your head, if you're somebody that looks a lot, pans back and forth when you're fishing, looking around, or if you hear a sound and you look over there and then you have action over here, it can give some herky-jerky video from time to time, but that is something that you kind of train yourself not to do. And in some ways kind of gives a realistic first-person shooter type view of what you're actually seeing out in the water. So when you're filming with the action hat, there's a couple things that you really want to know. One is the pitch of your camera on your bill. So you want to kind of set it and forget it when this comes to it. So when you take it off, and you can come with what this is set up as almost a straightaway look. You can set it down a little bit, which this is really adjustable, and the way it's set up, you can tighten it down and it won't go anywhere. And that's really good, but you can adjust that a little bit, and that's kind of set it and forget it type of it. The other thing when you're filming from your head, from the top of your head, is you have to remember that it's above your eyes. So if you're wanting to look down and videotape something, you have to look down just a little bit further than what your eyes would see, just to make sure that the camera is actually seeing it as well. So if you're working with your hands and you just look down, you're going to actually look above them, which isn't so helpful. So that is a trick that you kind of get used to. The other thing is when you catch a fish, where do you usually hold the fish up? You hold the fish up to your eyes, but that's below the camera. You actually have to hold the fish up here, show the fish off, and then look at it. So that is something that you get used to, but it is a drawback from having it on your head until you get used to it. But that whole tracking system of being able to follow the fish, follow the action, just such a big deal. And this year there's been a lot of kind of cool extra things that I've been able to pick up because I saw it with my eyes, so I knew it was on the camera, which is just great. There was a fish that jumped in front of me that I got a great video shot of, and the reason why I knew it was on camera is because I saw it with my eyes. Camera was pointing the same direction. The other thing that's a little tricky with the GoPro being above your head is seeing if it's running. Is there any problems with it? So I have two different GoPros. One of them has some glitchy issues, has a problem running. And the one that's up here right now, I just have designated to this camera because it's just rock solid. I hit record and it films. I have it set up. I plug in all-day battery into it and I have a cord that runs back through my shirt and down to a battery pack, which makes it still as great. And when I'm doing that, I'll either tuck the cord behind my ear or tuck it in the back of the hat to hold it tight and out of the way. But it works really good. But all-day power, you just click it and go. Otherwise, I would highly suggest using the audio, the noises of like when it started the film, when it's dying. Like if it runs out of battery, it'll beep, beep, beep and let you know that it's done. Otherwise, you could be up walking around and filming and not know. The other great thing though is you can pull it off your head real easy, check it, and put it back. And I'll do that time about every hour or so just to check it anyways, just to make sure everything's going right. And just going about it. The other thing, if you want to get a close-up shot of something, you have to be aware that it's on your head. But the easy thing with this hat is it makes a great way of just kind of holding it, going and filming something close for a little bit, and then putting it right back on your head. And I've done a lot of release shots that way where I'll have the fish in my hand, I'll hold it really close, film that, and then put it right back on my head. And the way the GoPro works and the way this hat works makes a really good still shot doing that. So it's a great way to overcome the fact that it's on top of your head. But when you're kayaking, you really want it up higher because you really don't want to look at your feet when you're kayaking. If it's on your chest mount, which is like right where your feet are, up on your head gives you more of the view of the actual water. And if you get action on the side of the boat, was able to pick up musky follow by being able to look right at it. A lot of great by the side of the boat action when they're jumping and thrashing and trying to grab them. You get to see all of that. We believe in it. Again, it's $40 to pick it up on their website, and they also have the do-it-yourself kit if you want to spend a little less and put it in your own hat. We have the black version. There's camo, tan, many different colors out there and styles, curved bill and flat bill options, and some other things. So check out their website. It's really great. It's a great product. It will do you well if you're interested in filming yourself and fishing, whether you're in a kayak, wading, bank fishing, or in a boat. Gives that cool first-person view and captures the most action for your money. So with that, if you haven't yet, pound that like button, comment on the video. We love hearing from you. Let's talk more about this great platform and how it can help you improve your filming and fishing adventures. And subscribe to the channel and join us on Reese Life, Dad Life, and Dad Life Fishing Adventures. And we will see you next time out on the water.